that God had revealed to him the mysteries of Christ, so he could reveal them to the church at Ephesus. And what I believe he was saying was, I'm going to bow down and pray for you. He said, for this reason, I bend my knee to the Father. And this is what I think it was in his heart. I think he was saying, because he said, God's revealed to me the mysteries of Christ. I think he was saying, I've seen the glory of God. And I've seen what he wants to do in you. So I'm going to pray for you. And there's precedence for that in the Bible. Because Jesus told Peter one day, the devil wants to sift you, but I prayed for you. And when you overcome, strengthen your brothers and your sisters. So I believe Paul was having a Christ-like moment, because I believe with all my heart that Paul had seen the glory that God wanted to do in the church at Ephesus, because he's seen the glory that God, and I believe that with all my heart. So when y'all hear me get up here and talk about what God is preparing us for us and the path that he's prepared for us to follow and the things that he wants to do in here, I ain't been smoking nothing, taking nothing. I have been praying, and I've been seeing it, and I'm telling you that I bend my knee before him every day and say, God, prepare us to be what you want us to be. Now, here's the prayer that Paul prayed, starting in verse 16. He said that he would grant you, according to the riches of his glory, to be strengthened with power through his Spirit in the inner man. Paul said, I'm asking God to grant you, according to his riches, to be strengthened with power. In verse 17, he said, I'm asking God that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, and that you, being rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all the saints what is the breadth and the length and the depth. And he said, I'm praying to God that you'll know the love of Christ, which surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled up to all the fullness of God. What a marvelous prayer he prayed. If I were to sum it up, he was simply saying, I want God to help you know him and understand him. I want you to know his love and how far it will reach. Now, I got to stop right there for a minute. If there's a fault and a failure we've had in the church, is that we've really not understood how far God's love will reach. It reaches further than we do. I mean, ours is like about this far. Some of us has got about this far. God will go around the world 5,000 times with his just to touch one person. And Paul was praying that the church would understand this. Lord, we need him praying that prayer today. Father, help us, the church, to understand how far your love will reach. Wow, isn't that awesome? Y'all okay? Everybody okay? How far will it reach? Paul prayed an awesome prayer, and it's a prayer. You know, I forget this sometimes, but I had a youth group way back yonder in 1980s, and every Sunday morning, we quoted this prayer over and over and over again. Forgot that, so I read it again, and God brought it to my mind. Fullness here, he wanted us to be filled with God. Fullness here comes from a Greek word which means completion. So it doesn't only mean that we're full of him, but that we're complete in him. Now, don't sit there like that's deep, because y'all know nothing deep comes out of me, okay? I'm just telling you, it's not only being full of God, it's being complete in God. Now, I don't know what y'all think complete means, but to me, it means he's finished. Now, you know, we used to have a bumper sticker, God's not through with me yet, or something like that. I'm forgiven. I understand. I'm not going to ever stand up here and say we're ever going to be perfect until Christ, comes and takes us to be with Him. But we can reach a place where everything's okay. It won't last forever. I promise you. It won't last forever. But we can reach a place where everything's okay right now.